Hello friends, it's Brooke-Sidney here, your favorite mindset and manifestation coach. And today I am getting on, I feel like with a quick one that we're gonna talk about timeline jumping or changing timelines. But before we do, I just wanna remind you there are two ways to work with me, one-on-one coaching as well as the manifesting frequency, the course and program. So make sure you check those out. Today I wanted to talk about, I feel like a concept that has become super big in the manifestation community, and it's called timeline jumping. And I think there are people that kind of know that it's real, and then other people in another camp that are thinking this is like BS, like there's no way that it works. So what I wanted to do today was just break it down to its very simplest, I feel like non-woo-woo, magical, mystical terms, as well as the practical ways that you can timeline jump, right? So I feel like the first thing, and I always go back to this with any kind of manifestation technique, is you want to be super clear on what you want to manifest. I know I say it over and over and over again, but we manifest so much quicker when we're aligned with the thing that we're trying to manifest, when we're super clear what we want. Oftentimes, I'm just saying, you get slowed down by the fact that it wasn't really in alignment with you. You didn't want it for you. Maybe you wanted it because of some maybe trauma response, or you're locked in some battle for some SP with a person who you really don't want, who's toxic as hell, like whatever. Make sure that your manifestation is for you. I promise you that crucial step of clarity and alignment bring it to you faster, okay? So with the clarity part out of the way, timeline jumping can most easily be understood with the word choice or decision. At every moment of life, you as the power position, you as the main character in your story, you as the co-creator of your reality, you're always faced with choices and decisions to make. In fact, we make numerous ones almost unconsciously because they have become habitual. And so we often think about choice when we have to make a new decision, when we are trying to do something different than what we are commonly doing. But make no mistake, you getting out of bed each morning is a choice. The time you go to bed at night is a choice. What you're eating, what you're not eating, right? What you're exercising and doing, or what you're not exercising and doing, right? The amount of water, every little thing is actually a choice. That's why, in our society today, we're in decision fatigue. But when it comes to manifesting something that you truly want, you want to think carefully about your decisions, right? Going back to that clarity point, you want to make sure that you are making choices and decisions that you can put your whole energy around, which I'm getting to next, right? So we make choices and decisions in several different ways. First of all, we make them with our minds. We make a decision to go down a certain path. I love Choose Your Adventure books. You all know I'm a book developer too. I love Choose Your Adventure books. I've loved them since I was a kid because it's one of the places that you can truly see timeline jumping in fiction, right? You can see it work its way through. Many of us, myself included, it's like we believe in a divine power, God, that can see all the little choices, almost like in the little, maze or puzzle that we can take, right? But we have free will. That's why you are the main, person in your reality, right? You are the main person in your reality. And so you are the main person making decisions, right? You're co-creating with your free will. So at any point, we want to make a decision that's in alignment with whatever we're trying to do. Think of it as that decision point, that choice opens up a portal or opens up a pathway to the thing that you want to do. For example, let's say you want to, and I'll use myself, let's say you want to go to law school. That's what I did. It's a good example. At some point along the way, I had to decide that I was going to take the LSAT. And I had to then decide, if I take the LSAT, going down that portal, opening up that doorway, I was eliminating other choices for the time being on what I was doing. So I was collapsing old timelines when I stepped on the timeline, right, of going to law school, taking the LSAT, preparing for the LSAT, sitting for the exam, then doing the applications. You see how these choices then led to other choices that then led to a pathway. Another word for pathway is a portal, right? Is a portal. So we begin this timeline jumping with our thoughts and with the decisions. And then that decision becomes something we need to energetically align ourselves with. We can't just wake up one day and decide, and then the next day we decide something different. That's where many of you all are staying stuck, because you are wishy-washy or lukewarm, and I'm going to tag that video, and you're not staying aligned to the choices that you're making. So you're not able to even fully get into the timeline because you keep standing in the middle, essentially hopscotching between the two places. So pick a side, make a decision, make a choice, and stand on it. Stand 10 toes down, as they say. Become fully aligned with that. And then with that choice, with your mind, energy alignment, when you're standing on it. Third, you want to speak on it. You want to use your mouth, your main manifestation tool belt, right? These are all your main things. Your mouth speaks life to things. You are using your co-creative power, right? You're giving life to your dreams. You're speaking in alignment with the thing that you want to have. You're speaking in alignment with the things that you are trying to bring to fruition, right? Like when I was a law student, I was speaking life to the fact that I was going to be a lawyer. Or when I was taking the LSAT, I was speaking life to the fact that I was going to get enough or the right score to get me into the school, to get me the scholarships, to do whatever, right? Are you picking up what I'm putting down? And you can apply what I'm saying, this example, to anything. I'm just getting off of always talking about SPs and money, even though we can definitely take it there. My point is to make it neutral. So that this video really lands for whatever you're trying to do, whatever timeline you're trying to manifest, wherever you're trying to leave behind. So take out law school, insert more money, better job, a new home, a vacation, a new SP, an old SP, right? More love, a marriage, a baby, whatever it is. You have to first decide that you want it. Secondly, then you have to align your energy to it, meaning stand on it. It means persist. It means what I'm going to get to next. Speaking it and then embodying it. And that's really the kind of underlining of the energy portion. Because your embodiment of it, your becoming of the person who has the thing, it truly guides everything else. I mean, that is the ultimate portal timeline jumping. Because you cannot manifest anything other than who you are. So the quicker that you can align everything, your thoughts, your decisions, your actions, your speech, and your embodiment of the new version of yourself on the new timeline, the quicker it will manifest. Not only can we think about in this whole spiritual manifestation framework, but in a reality framework. If you start aligning your everything, your thoughts, your decisions, your mindset, your energy, meaning you're consistent, you are determined, you are persistent, you are lined up with it. You stand on it. It's surprising. When we make that type of energetic shift, everything moves around us. I really do. I want you to do that. And I want you to drop in the comments below when you have done that and when you've seen your environment shift. I've seen it all the time. I've seen it all the time. So I really want you to focus today on, first of all, what it is that you actually want to change in your life, what it is that you actually want to manifest. What's the new timeline that you want to be on? Do you want to be on the timeline of home ownership? Then stop listening to whatever people say that's against what you want. This is kind of the bonus tip. So you can do all the other things, But if you're so easily rattled because you're lukewarm, going back to that, you're not energy consistent, you're not energy aligned, right? You are putty in the 3D. You have to speak it to yourself first. Make your choice, align your energy, speak it to yourself, speak it to others, stay consistent, and then embody that person who has the thing that you want, and then you'll end up there. So I know that this is helpful because it has broken it down to its most basic and practical level. I'd love for you to leave me comments below. Let me know what you thought about this video, but more importantly, let me know where you got clarity, and let me know what timeline is changing for you. What choice are you making today? What portal, what door are you opening? And as a result, which one are you closing as you timeline jump into your latest manifestation? I'll see you in the next one.